I woke up from a dream and I thought about the AIDS quilt, and I said, that's what we need for gun violence. I remembered and knew that the AIDS quilt had moved our country from fear to connection. And I thought, wow, we need something to move this entire country into active participation to take gun violence on. In less than 6 months, we had people ages 3 to 96 in Pennsylvania, in Arizona, in New York, in Chicago, and in Southern Oregon, making vision quilt panels.
It originated from a need in the community and a calling from the community. And our school's core values have to do with love, social justice, and agency, so it's in perfect alignment.
Yeah, we're putting it in front of it, like for like 3 feet. Good, nice.
Fold them in like a taco. Whoop.
Wait, I'm trying not to cover on like this.
Okay.
One of the biggest things that we heard from the students was, this is such a big problem. How could anybody have any sort of impact or have any sort of effect on it? Once we started to have some different learning experiences where people were coming in and speaking with them, or where they were going out into the community, the students really started to develop the mindset that, like, wait, there is a way to have an impact on this issue, and that's by being out in the community. Kids are going home and talking to their families about it. They're hearing more stories about how their family and extended neighbors have been impacted, and they draw more sensitivity to it.
My hopes for people coming to see our exhibit is that they will feel that we can make a change in the world, and the message is like, stop gun violence and like police brutality and use your words instead.
I'm excited my brother's coming. I feel like he doesn't think about it that much, but now that he sees that his little sister doing things with gun violence, I think he'll be like, oh yeah, this is a big problem.
I hope that they'll learn a little more about gun violence and have a different point of view on it, and probably see others' opinions and see it from the younger community.
I want people to look around, and when they leave, I want them to know that violence is not the answer. Violence is never the answer.
When we see 7th graders who are finding their voice and who are becoming change makers and activists at their age, there's a lot of hope. They get excited that other people are feeling that there's something they can do.
The kids were just immediately engaged. Like they had a story to tell. A lot of them knew people who had been affected by gun violence, which is not hard in Oakland, but so they were like, there was like an emotional connection immediately.
Kids are engaged. It seems like some of them really enjoy it. They have the opportunity to express themselves, in a different way.
Well, when I saw that the kids were able to have like an outlet for their voice, and for them to be able to be told that my voice matters and what I say matters, like, sorry, I'm like tearing up because it's just so moving.
It makes me hopeful when I come to something like this.
I'm very impressed how committed they are.
Okay, thank you. You did such a good job.
It's amazing what our youth can do when they have the tools and the motivation.
It's about humanizing victims and also humanizing survivors and people in our community, like putting faces to people. It's a lot different than being just a number. And my husband was killed in 2008. He was number 77, and that hurt me, that you're not number 77.
See, about 10 of my friends have been killed before I graduated high school. Since graduating college, finishing grad school, coming back home, I've probably lost another 10 within the last 5 to 6 years, including my best friend who I've known all my life. I think the Vision Code is something that other communities can learn from, other communities can adopt. There isn't one way, but we can all find different ways to address this issue that's tearing apart so many families. So I thought it was spectacular.
The work that the Lighthouse School is doing, it does give me hope because it makes kids aware art can help us heal. What better place than an actual gallery for them to show their work and to show how special their work is visually, but also the message that it carries.
Look, we get to share with our community, we get to share what we've learned, and if we could just change or just touch one person, change one person's mind about owning a gun and using it irresponsibly, then I would be happy.
The more we can send out those ripples together, the more powerful the message is going to be.
And so we ask people, okay, now you've made a panel, now you've seen it exhibited, now what is the next step that you will do to make changes? And we don't prescribe actions to them, but we invite them to become active.
Like, I want to do something that can help the world change itself. And now that this came along our expedition, I was just like, okay, this is my time to change the world and to change everyone.